Yeah.
No, they're coming. They're in a car. They're coming.
Incoming car, take him out. Oh my god! I played the last Honor and Duty D-Day beta about 2 or 3 weeks ago now, and although I was impressed by how far the game had come since I played it first on PSVR1, I wasn't fully convinced that this was the Battlefield-like game for me on PSVR2, despite the devs claiming that it was. However, with the playtest that occurred yesterday, I'm fully convinced. This is the closest thing we have on PSVR2 to Battlefield, because this playtest had more vehicles, more maps that were massive, 64 players, completely enabled, so many players on one map, and it was so much fun.
I have no idea. I need to get out. How do I get out?
Who's sticking out the top of the tank? You're good! You're good! It was such a different vibe to last playtest, and I think the reason for that is last time I played the game and recorded, I turned everybody's mics off, so it was just me. It was quite easy to record. I could do voiceover, not have to worry about anybody else. For this playtest though, I left everyone on, and that was both a massive mistake and a very good decision. There are so many people on one screen right now, this is ridiculous.
Can we create a human pyramid? Let's create a human pyramid.
But before diving straight headfirst into this beta and what it was like and how you can get involved in the next one, if there is a next one, I want to say thank you to all the people who saw my post yesterday and hopped onto the game. It was amazing seeing so many familiar faces, playing with a lot of you guys, playing with other VR YouTuber names as well. Miles Dyer was on the game on both my team and the enemy team. It was great to see so many people get involved and help these devs out and stress test their game, because ultimately this beta was not for the enjoyment of the players. Sure, they wanted to get the word out, and luckily the beta was a lot of fun, but ultimately this was to stress test how many people they could have on their servers, and to stress test the servers overall to see how it would handle certain things and see how the frame rates were. But luckily it was also a lot of fun.
Get out the car!
Step out of the vehicle! And with everybody's mics on, with no proximity chats, you could just hear your whole team or everybody in the lobby if you're in free-for-all. It felt like being in a COD lobby, and it was honestly so much fun.
Here we go.
The enemy is capturing our control point.
Oh, I recognise that voice.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Mr. Brian Poole. Here we go, we got 20 versus...
Oh, that's our guy.
We got absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, we got run over.
Going back.
Thank you. Oh, there is full damage. Oops. Let me get the technical hiccups out the way that I'm sure the devs already know about. There were frame drops from time to time. I mean, when you're in vehicles is a big highlight of when frame drops come into play, and in certain maps and weapons like the flamethrowers and fire effects. And of course in the lobbies where you have 60 players rammed into one room. That's a lot of stuff going on, and yeah, the game had frame drops. The netcode also was a bit out of sync. Sometimes you put a mag into somebody and they just stay standing there. Other times you shoot them once and they die. Sometimes people would shoot where you used to be 2 seconds ago and you'd be killed. That's just teething issues that will happen on online games, and especially ambitious online games like this one that we've never seen before on PSVR2. There are no other games where you can have this high of a player count on a massively multiplayer map with Battlefield-like fights going on. It's just not possible. You just don't see it. And I said this so many times to the devs because they were also playing the game with us and in the server. We were just throwing a lot of compliments at them saying this is nuts how they've even got this working. And while moments were slightly dull in the last playtest because I didn't have other people's microphones on, it was so much fun playing on this one because I could interact with so many more people, and it was such a chaotic time.
I got an RPG, so that's nice.
Oh god.
Incoming car! Miles, use the RPG!
I'm confident.
It's not...
Is it not RPG in?
I don't know, I thought I picked up.
Flanking, I'm flanking.
Oh, there we go.
Nice! Who just got run over? Anyway, let's get on to more good stuff. First one being the maps. There's a very LLMA-like map, which is a huge open desert with crashed planes around, tank combat, which worked to an extent. It was hilarious watching tanks get sent up into the atmosphere.
Hello!
Oh my god!
Press the reset button, it'll make you in a better position. There we go. There you go. I get in, Johnny.
What do we look?
I can't move. Oh, there we go.
Can anyone else see the vehicles go flying in the air? But yeah, these maps, especially with the World War II setting of the game, really brought me back to Battlefield 1942, and especially playing Battlefield Portal more recently on the 1942 maps. Other maps like D-Day were also in the game, and a really fun bridge map that admittedly was too small for the amount of players that we played free-for-all on it with. But I'm sure the devs are aware of this, they were even saying it in the lobby, that they understand that these maps aren't exactly designed for this many players, but again, it was just to stress test the servers and see how the game would perform, and it was a load of fun anyway.
I've been jump scared. Oh no, I've just killed a surrendering man. No. Yeah, I violated the Geneva Convention.
But then they die 2 seconds after your go.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. You were surrendering again.
Unlocking weapons was also fun. I didn't really understand how to do this last time, but you get tokens which you can then put towards either upgrades or unlocking weapons in your certain class. Using weapons like the Sten gun and the PPSH and seeing people run around with shotguns and flamethrowers. It was a really cool experience, and to be honest, the entire vibe of this playtest was a lot different and more chaotic than the last one, and I felt like I had a bit more of a purpose as well. It felt like we were fighting as a team in an incredibly accurate World War II representation, of course. This is exactly how Grandpa said he used to fight on the beaches.
There's so many people.
Woo, it's got a lot of kills there.
It's exactly how my grandpa used to say it was. I'm outside. I'm out of cage. I'm getting seasickness. Alright, here we go, let's go. The tank crew rolling out, there's 3 of us. Oh my god!
Whoa!
Are you guys good in that tank?
Flying up here. Oh, okay. And it's coming down. It's coming down. Thanks.
Oh my god. Ramming speed!
Anyway, I think that's all I've really got in terms of talking to you about the beta. I said a lot of what I wanted to say in my last video in terms of the way technical things work in the game, but overall in terms of fun, this test was a lot more fun, even though it had a lot more issues in terms of frame rates, which were to be expected, of course. And the end product, for all intents and purposes, will not look like this at all in terms of performance, but if you liked what you saw in this beta playtest, you can jump into the next one. If there is a next one, I'll put a post up on the community like I did, hopefully a bit earlier than I did for this playtest, so if you see it, you can come and download the beta on the PlayStation Store and come and play with us, play with me, play with other YouTubers like Miles Dyer, and have a blast with Honor and Duty D-Day Enhanced. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you all in the next video.